So, good evening and a very warm welcome to all those who are connected and taken out time to join us in the session for today. Let me introduce myself first. I am Deepti Khurana, certified trainer and ICF certified coach. Along with me, I have Suresh sir, Mr. Suresh Mohapatra, certified trainer and sales coach, and also Mr. Byomkesh Rajguru, whom we fondly call as BR. He's also certified trainer and a career coach. So the idea to connect with you all today is that as we all belong to the same fraternity, the training and coaching fraternity, I would say. So we wanted to share our thoughts and our ideas and our association that we have formed together with TTM Academy of Excellence. So we would be putting an insight about TTM Academy of Excellence and what all we plan in the upcoming days, so that we also get that from the trainer side the support, and you all can pass on the information in your contacts, and whoever is interested to join our upcoming training programs, they can very well join the programs. So to start with, over to Suresh sir. Suresh sir, I request you to give an insight into TTM Academy of Excellence and the existence, the starting, and how long it's been there, and how TTM basically, if we look at the freshers as such, so how TTM would help the freshers in shaping their careers, especially in sales. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dipti ji. Thank you very much. See, TTM Academy of Excellence came into existence in 2018, just after my retirement from the active sales position. See, I always say that I have retired from my job, not I have retired from my work. So in 32 years, so whatever gain is there, that has to be passed to the society. It is a time to give to the society. So that is why the existence of TTM Academy comes. So in 2018, I came across this Indian Leadership Academy, where this my certification came over there. So during my working experience, entire working of 32 years, 3 decade plus experience, so not less than 5,000 people or more I have interviewed in different positions. Maybe the sales executive, maybe the sales manager, area manager, regional manager, product executives, in totally pan-India basis. So in the totally 3 decade plus experience in selling, what I found that the market always in need of good salespeople. The total quality people always at depth in the market. That came to my mind that no, at least we should make a platform where you will upskill the people. And another thing came, I cannot forget, the story of my rejection, the first interview as a fresher. The freshers are always neglected in an interview. As you don't have experience, we will not select you. Then where will the fresher go? I always say to the people, even Alexander Selkirk was a crying baby one day, one moment. But later on, he conquered the world. You freshers, TTM Academy of Excellence welcome to you, to skill you, to design you, to form you, to meet the incremental need of the market. The market is increasing and there is a need, increasing need, because the startups are coming, Make in India is coming, industries are booming, industrial revolutions are taking place. Any industry under the sun, needs the people to market the products. And I always appreciate the contribution of the salespeople, because in the balance sheet, if you'll find the sale column in one side, all other expenses are in the other side. So salespeople always plays a vital role. Then our core value. It is a group, is a balanced group with Mrs. Dipti Khurana and Mr. Bhumkesh Rajguru and me, Suresh Mahapatra. This thing came to this platform, TTM of Academy of Excellence, after our certification from IL, Indian Leadership Academy. So why I came over here? It's a time to back to the society that is in the mind. Another thing, it gives immense pleasure to the people when they come out successful in the interview. And my dear friends, those who are listening, my co-colleagues, coaches, and the aspirant, job aspirant people who want to successful in the job interview, to take forward their, kickstart their sales career. Please remember the good thing, very good thing is that, selling or sales skill is learnable. You can learn it from an expert. And I always tell you, my dear friends, swimming is a thing that cannot be, or selling is a thing that cannot be learned, in sitting at home. You have to learn in the field. That is a skill comes. Can you practice cricket by sitting idle? Can you play football sitting idle your home? No. So selling skill comes, you may read good books, self-help books, that will give you knowledge. And when, my dear friends, this knowledge will be put, that, when you apply it, that will give you the skill. So there are three people who are in the industry and will upskill you in the right direction. So over to Dipti. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving this insight. And for me, the takeaway from all this is that, yes, it's actually very true that sales is the only element which is on the credit side of the balance sheet. Rest all are the debit items. So definitely sales play a very vital role. And to achieve the sales target and to increase the credit, the sales force have to be really equipped with right skills. So moving on to BR. BR, I just want your insight into what kind of skills are required or are needed to get into this role.
See, as sir said, it's learnable. That doesn't mean that everyone would learn it, but it needs some kind of hard work behind that to learn a skill, and the consistency is needed to learn a skill. So when you take small steps over a period of time, it can bring a larger impact on the end result. So that's how it goes. And to speak specifically about the skills, yes, the communication and presentation skills is the first and foremost. Time management is there, team building is there, many skills are there. But I in top priority wise, if you ask me, I would keep communication and presentation as the top skill. Wherein if you can't communicate what you have, either a product or service, it would be very difficult for a salesperson to move ahead in sales, or unless you communicate the product, services, or your goals to the other person, to the client, why would they buy it? So the first and foremost thing, which skill which a salesperson or a fresher who is looking for a sales career should work on, is the communication and presentation part. And you are a master in that. I think you can put some more light into that.
Yeah, thanks, BR. So as you have rightly highlighted that communication and presentation skills take a very important role. So being a communication trainer, I also feel, and specifically when we talk about the sales role, so to build up a good client relationship and to have a long lasting relationship, it is very important for a salesperson or anybody from the sales side to have a good communication and presentation skill. It is only when you have these skills is when you'll be able to put across your offering, what you have, and the more clarity you have around it is what your client is going to understand. And especially in the sales field, when there are variety of offerings available and there are competitors, and though every field is competitive, but here the salesperson has to rightly represent what he wants to say. if you want to have a long-term association with the client. So here the communication plays a very pivotal role. And when you will be taking up the 10-point sales program and all, and when we talk about negotiating and closing the sales, so all these things are dependent upon the right amount of communication what a salesperson is using. And if any company or any salesperson, and I know everyone will hope and aim to have a longer term relationship with a particular client, it's not a one time sale. So that long term relationship or value addition is going to happen only when there is a right amount of communication and presentation about what you are giving it to the client. And a good salesperson can design a personalized communication as to what the client wants. So there cannot be a standard format which should be applied or which can be applied to each and every client. There has to be a personalized communication, knowing what your client needs, how your client is, what is it he looking out for, so that both the client and the salesperson are on the same page. And having said that, there are certain other elements of communication, like you have to be assertive, there has to be authenticity, the salesperson has to be open-minded, he has to be very, very clear with what he's presenting. So all these things come part of the communication and presentation as such. So definitely communication and presentation takes a very, very important role in any sales. So thanks, BR, for highlighting this point and giving me a chance so that I can just, put across or added a few more things around it. So moving ahead, Suresh sir, what do you feel is the, industry requirement, as you come with so many years of experience? So not going specific to any industry, but overall also, with respect to the requirement in sales specifically, what do you feel the requirement is?
Yes, thank you very much. So industry need good people, total good people. You see, good people are not born, they are made. And industry need the people. See, there are some industry, they take the people immediately from the market and put it in their work. There are some industry, they take the people, train them, tune them, and they put it in the field. So there are two to three set of industry they are working. Particularly the sales people, they are divided in this category. But as an aspirant, as a newcomer, he or she has to prepare himself or herself in that direction. So first thing you already highlighted, communication skill. So it is only then we cannot elaborate it in our 5-day session. But here are two sort of communication coming to my mind when I talk that. One is verbal, another is non-verbal. See, in the industry, a customer is being converted by your non-verbal skill than the verbal skill. Because he assess and see your body language, how are you communicating to that? That is the prime thing. Second thing is how you are communicating when you are delivering some detailing or product display or a service display or communicating or placing before that, presenting the product to the customer. What is there, for the customer of that product? See, that customer is not making a window shopping. No, you are going to sell it to him. See, what I always say that we are either selling or being sold every moment. If the concept which I am telling it to you, if I could successfully register it in your mind, then I sold it to you or you are sold.
Right.
So that exactly happened. An industry wants this person should have effective communication. Means what they are telling, that it is reaching to somebody's ears, he is able to understand. Then the second part is how there are 5 steps of that. First is introducing. How he is introducing, that matters. Because nobody in the entire world, even if he will not get a second opportunity to make his first impression. So that first impression, that lasts long. So an executive should be impressive very fast how he is introducing. A very small thing I will be quoting. If somebody is giving a visiting card, somebody is just giving in one hand, somebody is putting on the table, and somebody is putting like this, getting up and giving, sir, I am Suresh Chandra Mahapara. So this is how is the introduction etiquette one has to display, when you are introducing it. Then see, how are you courteous with the customers? See, customer will take your service, take your product. That is second part. How prominently you are projecting that product. That is another part. And the fourth part is detailing of the story. What are the features and benefit of the product? That also company needs. Company gives some product to sell this new executive aspirant people who are and how it's selling. Maybe even product like pen, cigarette, book, or anything they can ask to sell to understand how he's communicating with the person. Last but not least is his closing part. In the closing part, is he asking to the customer to take the services or purchase the product and closing it. Emphatically, he is asking to take the product with the benefit and of course price tag and how it is better than the other products. These are the 4-5 things they assess because the new aspirant does not know all these things. But how is approaching to that? From his body language, from his communication, from his introduction, all things are being assessed the way he is communicating to the interviewer or the company where he wants to get the job.
Very rightly said, sir. It is very important, and I think that's where the role of the trainers come into picture. As you said, that many of them are freshers, so academically they may be good, but when it comes to the industry, going to the industry and presenting themselves and giving their offering, so they have to be very well prepared before they actually jump into the water. So I think here the trainer plays a very, very important role in their careers and in their lives. So having said that, sir, I would like to move to Byomkesh. Byomkesh, would you like to add something to the course that TTM has designed or is coming up with respect to the sales aspect?
Sure, why not? See, me, sir, and you are also a part of that. And we have come up with a 5 days sales program wherein we would be looking after every aspect of sales, right from lead generation to prospecting the client's presentation part, then objection handling, or your negotiation and closing it with the good and building up the relationship after that. And even we have kept sessions wherein the students would get to do role plays, wherein the experience of sir who has 32 years of experience, he can bring the real life scenarios, the case studies, and they can do a role play and understand more into it. And that is one part, and even they are getting certification after this 5 days program. And the relationship doesn't end with this 5 days. We are actually taking it ahead, and any person, any student who has some doubts or some need some kind of intervention in a particular area, like someone is good in rapport building but is not good in negotiation, so we can look after his negotiation part and upskill him in that. So wherein you, mine, and sir's experience would come into place, and we'll see how customized we can do it for him. So once a part of TTM family, will always be a member of TTM family. That's our motto, and that's what we are looking forward for.
That's very important and very rightly said, BR, that the training would not just end once the course is over or certification is given. We are still there to further extend the help where and as and when needed. So that is very, very important, and I think that is very important to again build up the trust of the students or trust of the people who are aiming to undergo this training. That it's not that once the certificate is given and it's all over. No, if after the assessment or even after attending the actual interview, if somewhere they are not able to crack it, they can still come back to us, and then we will see where exactly and what went wrong, and accordingly we'll try and correct it, right? And another thing that you've highlighted, the importance of role play. I also feel that role plays are one very effective way of giving them a practical insight about what they are going to face when they get into the industry as such, right? Because they cannot just straight away jump into something unless they are fully equipped, fully trained. So I think that equipment that is going to come with the help of this role play. And another thing is, like, after the training, as we said, the support is always available. So I feel that candidates who are there in the locations where we are based out of, they can in any ways reach out to us one-on-one following the COVID protocols, and we can help them to take it further. And I think for other candidates who are based out of different locations where they cannot reach out to us personally, we can always be available through this online mode and equally help them. So they should not feel that they are left out and, they cannot be present, right? Yeah,
Actually,
Bia, you want to add something?
yeah.
Yes,
Actually, pandemic has brought us so closer in terms of virtual mode. So anywhere in any part
right.
of the world you are there, but you can get back to us, and you can, if you want to have one-on-one session, we can obviously have an online session and guide as far as possible by us. So we'll look into that. That is not at all a problem nowadays.
Right, very true, very right. And Bia, would you or Suresh sir want to say or add about the webinar that has been planned?
Yeah, we have planned a webinar for the coming Sunday, that is 16th of January from 7 to 8 p.m. And I would request the viewers of this video to like TTM page of Facebook, so that they will get all the updates whenever we post it, and they can register for themselves and get ahead.
Right. So the idea to, get connected with all the trainers and coaches here is that, they can also pass on and forward the message that a training is scheduled. And a webinar for the same is there on the upcoming Sunday, so that the people who actually want to take this opportunity up can register as soon as possible. So like Bia said, I also request all the fellow trainers and coaches to please go to the TTM Academy of Excellence page, like it, so that you also keep getting the updates of the academy, and then accordingly you can forward it to the relevant contacts. Suresh sir, anything from your side?
Yeah, this is we are coming at the closing. Thank you very much. Dipti ji and Bhumkesh ji, you all, our colleagues are there. Ankurita, Vikram, and Asis, Kiran, and others who are there. This much I am seeing in my screen. I am telling their name. Others who have joined as the job aspirant. This video will be available in this Facebook, and more number of people can see that. So this is an endeavor, to reach to more people, to upskill them. Those who are sales aspirant, they can make a kickstart to their sales career. Hope this will make a sea change in their life. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bhumkesh. And I would
Thank you.
like to extend my thanks on behalf of TTM Academy of Excellence to all the trainers and coaches who have taken out time and joined. And we look forward to you following the TTM page and passing on the information to those who are looking out for the upcoming training session and the webinar attached to it. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Have a pleasant evening ahead. Thanks much.